right,
We're live.
Yep.
All right, hello everyone. I'm Trent Keith, and this is the long lost Ethan McNeil.
Yep. Sorry guys, you're gonna see my shirt for a second. There we go.
There we go. He is back.
Yes.
And we are here to answer your questions and talk about all kinds of fun stuff today.
Yes.
You got any news stories you want to talk about today?
Yep. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, in case you guys didn't know that. So.
That's right.
Get thankful. That's. Well, you had more sports stuff, didn't you, to talk about?
Oh yeah, I always have sports stuff to talk about.
I had more meaningful things. Thanksgiving.
Okay, like be thankful.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something about eating, like you hadn't got to eat for a while, so you're getting all ready or something.
No, I don't have to deny myself food in order to be ready to eat more food.
All right. Well, my unthankful sports story. Oh no, they're not unthankful. It's not about Thanksgiving, but Colts won a big game Sunday. Did you see that?
I did. Yep.
And they said Phillip Rivers did a good job. Did you see that?
Yeah, I also saw they had to bring in another quarterback a few times to help him out, but yeah. And just when it got into pressure, when it was like 4th down or 3rd and so many, they brought in the other quarterback. It was like, here's how you do it.
Oh, poor Phillip Rivers. When he listens to our podcast, you're going to hurt his feelings, I'm afraid.
I know.
But they pulled that one out, even though a very disappointing last series that they let it go into overtime because you knew if Aaron Rodgers got the ball back, he was going to drive down and score.
Yes.
Sure enough, they did. But anyway, they won.
The Colts defense held them back.
Yeah. Yep. And college basketball is getting ready to start. Do you know that?
Nope, I didn't.
They're even going to start, even with the big corona going on.
Are they going to have fans at the NCAA?
I don't know. It'd probably be those cardboard cutout things.
Yeah.
We need to send in our pictures so we can be there.
Yeah.
So when people ask, if we've done anything special, we could say we were at the tournament.
I'd rather just be there.
All right. Nothing else major, but a long weekend because of Thanksgiving, so that'd be nice.
Yep. And no Black Friday for a lot of major retailers. No Black Friday this year. They're doing a whole month of Black Friday sales. So I actually am a fan of that because...
How is it Black Friday if you're doing it for a whole month?
Because there's just been a tradition of Black Friday, so they're using that as their advertising.
You're like cut out of the Instagram picture.
But I'm actually a fan of stores not opening at like 3 in the afternoon for deals on Thanksgiving. It just feels like it defeats the purpose of having a day about Thanksgiving when we are like
so you didn't think they were very thankful when they was doing that?
Well, no. I mean, when I was in line for those TVs and having to punch people to get ahead, it just didn't feel like it was the spirit of Thanksgiving. Yeah.
What you done anyway?
But I did it. Well, you can't pass up a good deal.
All right, on to our questions.
If you are live with us, which I don't see anybody that was live with us. We had one person on Facebook for a second. But if you're live with us, you can comment with us right now. And we will answer your questions along with these other questions we're getting ready to answer.
Okay, here we go.
I just realized we were showing people our questions this whole time.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Whoops.
You didn't realize that? I thought you were
Hang on. This was what you were supposed to be seeing on Facebook.
But now we're starting.
Now we're ready for questions.
Okay. Our first question. Who sets up the appraisal? Okay, if you're getting a loan from a bank, they set up the appraisal because they want to make sure that house appraises for what you want to borrow. So don't worry about it. They will set it up unless you are instructed otherwise, and it will be appraised to make sure you're not paying too much, in their opinion. So that's not something you have to worry about as the buyer.
That's right.
Have you run into situations to where the buyer had to do it themselves for any reason?
No, even like refinances and stuff, the bank normally orders that appraisal because they're the ones that want it. But the buyer pays for it, so don't worry about that. You will be paying for it.
That's true. Good point. You will pay for it. Yep.
So, all right, next question. Do I have to turn in a bunch of paperwork to get a pre-approval? Well, by a bunch of paperwork, I don't know how many papers that includes, but yes, you do have to turn in paperwork to get pre-approved. Now, there's two different types of, people can get confused about this, but there's a pre-approval letter, which is what we want, but there's also a pre-qualified letter, and that normally doesn't require any paperwork. It's normally a phone interview and basic questions that are being asked by your bank. That doesn't have as much weight as a pre-approval letter, which is what we want, and that is where they get the information, the documentation that they need, your pay stubs and stuff like that, to actually produce a pre-approval letter. And I don't know all the documents they need, but you should talk to a mortgage lender for that.
So the pre-qualification, I can just say I make $1 million a year.
Yeah, I'm sure that each mortgage lender is different on what they like, how they go digging, but pre-qualified is not as thorough as a pre-approval.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, would you buy a house from a virtual showing? No, I would not. Do people do it? Yes, people do. Is it a necessity sometimes? Yes, it is. But
I don't see all these questions listed here. Are you adding these?
I'm throwing up. How come you don't have those listed? Man, I'm no, I would not. Ethan may. Other people do. But it would definitely have to be like an only option type thing for me to want to go that route. What do you think about that?
Well, I would do it.
You have had 2 weeks to think about these things.
Yes, so. I would do it. I would buy a house virtually if there was somebody who had seen the insides and outsides of the house.
The people that own it seen it.
Yeah, that I trusted. For instance, family members, if you're moving to an area, or friends if you really trust them, and even your real estate agent. If the real estate agent says, hey, this is a great deal and you really need to jump on this right away, and you trust them, I would do it. If you were moving to a new area and there was no way you could see it in person. But
my question is, what type of friends do you have? You said friends if you trust them. So.
Well, there's some friends that, you've seen where they live, and then it's just like, if it was Trent, no. I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
Yeah. I just had to try and get some clarification on
Yeah. You got to make sure that whoever's looking at it has the same standards as you do.
There you
Don't
go.
get the person who's a do-it-yourselfer and it's no big deal if the roof's leaking.
Or
Don't trust that person.
Grew up with an outhouse and thinks that's okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, unless you like outhouses.
True.
But
yeah.
it's really hard to get the full panorama though on a virtual touring of an outhouse because there's not a lot of space, so you do have to rely on the people there seeing it. But
yeah, you gotta make sure there's room for the magazines on the wall.
Yeah. Okay, next question. Should I drive by the property before we have an actual showing? An actual showing set up? Yes, you should if you have time. We always recommend to our clients that they go to the neighborhood that a house is listed in and drive by. Make sure it's a location that they would be happy with, and also to make sure that the outside of the house is appealing to them. And sometimes, actually I would say a lot of times, people can write off a home just by seeing the outside of the house. Sometimes it's doesn't look near as nice in person as it did on those photos on Zillow. So so definitely, especially if you have some time before a showing, go drive by that house, check out the neighborhood, check out the drive, the commute you would have between work and this new house, and do that. Yep.
Okay. Next question. Is Ethan really going to be back on the live? Yes, He is back today.
Yeah.
After 2 weeks of not being here, I was starting to wonder that too. I thought maybe he was on strike or something. I didn't know what was going on.
No, see, somebody had to be selling houses, and so since Trent was doing the lives, I had to go ahead and sell all those houses for him while we were.
Somebody's got to.
Yeah, somebody had to. So.
Yeah.
But yep.
But since it's raining today, he's
yeah,
back.
I'm back. Oh, the next question, I'm not even gonna answer that one. All right, so then number 7, are you staying home or going somewhere for Thanksgiving? This is personal.
See, you're not the only one thinking about Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You know.
So I'm planning on staying in Owen County, if that's the question. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say that's the question, because a lot of times people have to travel. You know, like to other states.
Right. I don't know if I answer this, am I gonna get like, oh wait, no, I'm not in Oregon, so I don't have to worry about getting prosecuted.
Or New York.
Or New York, or California. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. There's times like these that you're like, wow, I'm really glad I don't live in this. Anyways.
Yeah, that's no kidding. Okay, the next question. When are you going to do another drawing? You know, I've been thinking about that. We need to figure out another drawing. So, or another challenge, or another, what do you want to call it? Something for people to do. Contest.
Yes.
So we can have a drawing. So we will figure that out. So our goal will be after Thanksgiving, that when we do our live next Wednesday, we will have a contest for you all to enter.
And maybe we'll have like a series of contests leading up to Christmas for like the month of December.
So Ethan's been thinking about this a little bit more. So maybe it's going to be like an ongoing thing.
Yeah, I think we probably should.
Like little prizes build up to the big prize or something.
Or big prizes building up to a large prize.
Wow. Man, Ethan may have been selling a lot of houses.
Yeah.
He's got a bunch of stuff to give away.
That's right.
All right. That's all of our questions for today. I don't see any more up right now.
Nope.
So we will move on to our highlighted listings section. And guess what we have today?
We have no highlighted listings because we are selling everything we have. So we need you guys to give us new listings, but
And
also,
gals.
yeah, guys is inclusive. It's
okay.
it's a term in this day and age that you
I
can
just
use
make
for
sure.
everybody.
All right.
Yeah. So anyway, we need you all to, if you are looking for a home, get with us because we do have listings in the works that are not on MLS yet. There's always sellers contacting us saying, you know, hey, we're looking about selling in the next few weeks to few months. So if you are in the market and you're not finding what you're looking for, get with us. We always have listings in the wings, so to speak, that we can kind of get you in as soon as they are active. So.
All right, and we do have a efficiency apartment rental available right now. So if you need a rental, go on to Keith Realty and fill out the application. It's $35 fee, and see if you can get an efficiency if you're needing a rental.
Yeah, that's in Spencer, right?
In Spencer.
Yeah.
All right, so we're ready for our ending quotes. Do we have anything else we need to tell everyone before we get to our ending quotes?
Nope. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Yep.
But I'll say that again.
Yeah, I will too.
Yeah. So.
Okay, what's your ending quote? Yours
Mine is like a book. So.
Yeah, let's see what this is. This book you wrote.
This is by Mark Twain.
You like Mark Twain
I do.
books.
I really do. I like him as a person. I like his books. So.
Okay.
20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bowlines, whatever that means. Sail away from the safe harbor. Catch the trade winds in your sails. Explore, dream, and discover.
Wow. So Ethan's going to have one of those sailboats here before long.
Yep. If you see the sailboat on the White River, it's me.
Okay. My quote is by Jim Rohn. I like Jim Rohn real well too. His is not a book. It's just a simple little quote. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. There we go.
Which you don't need if you have a sailboat. No, that's good.
I've never sailed before, but I bet you'd have to be disciplined to be able to do everything you have to do to sail a boat, especially out in the ocean.
In the movies, it looks like a lot of work.
Yeah, and it's always accurate in the movies.
Yes, it is. You know, and they always run into storms too.
That's true. Yeah,
it's a bummer.
And the waves are bigger than your sails.
Yep.
Yeah.
Somebody goes overboard every time.
All right. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Yes.
And we will work on our contest for next week.
Yes.
And send us more questions.
Yeah, give us questions. You can comment. You can send us direct messages on Facebook and Instagram. And I was just making sure that we didn't go live on my personal feed again. We didn't. We're good. All right. Well, you guys have a good Thanksgiving.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
See ya.